Our portfolio has been crushing all-time highs, and this market has just been rallying. You see a lot of retail favorites like Circle Internet Group and Oscar Health just flying high in this market, and it really made me want to make a video advising some investors to stay cautious during these times where there's so much optimism in the market. Just take a step back 2 months ago in April when we had the 20% pull down in the SP 500. It was so bearish and the sentiment was horrible in the market. Since then, it's just been a straight V-shaped recovery. I think we still have a lot of headwinds ahead of us. Rates are still high. You have the Iran and Israel conflict escalating, not to mention the Ukraine and Russia war that's still going on. But investors still remain optimistic. And I don't think that's necessarily a horrible thing because I believe we are sitting on the new industrial revolution of AI. This new groundbreaking technology is so exciting. When you look at the market, a lot of these names are trading at very, very expensive multiples. Some rightfully so, and some in my opinion are a bit overextended. But I didn't make this video to come off bearish. I want to share my portfolio progress and my outlook on some of my holdings at the moment. As you see, we're at all-time highs, pretty green day for us, up almost 2%. Take a zoom out for a minute at the year to date. We are up over 98%, which is incredible. The 1 year chart, we're up over 127%, all time up over 140%. So our returns have been outstanding. Yes, we are in a bull market, so a rising tide lifts all boats. I'm not some genius, I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm just an investor like the rest of you guys, and I decided to take a bet on some of the companies that I believe are going to lead this next decade, like Tempest AI, Robinhood Markets, Hims and Hers Health, Tesla, and Rocket Lab. Tempest has been showing a lot of strength recently, and I'm actually surprised it isn't trading higher, especially when you have these names such as Palantir, which is trading at insane multiples. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just giving an example of a stock that the market has given such a heavy premium to. Not to mention Circle Internet Group, like I said, and a whole bunch of other names that are trading much, much higher than they deserve to be, in my opinion. Now, I do think Tempest AI is around fair value, but in this market with the high flyers that I've been seeing, I would not be surprised to see Tempest AI take on a more aggressive multiple and be trading higher later on in this year. But remember, not too long ago, you had a short report come out. I believe it was around this time right here. The stock took a big hit in one day, and I did do a breakdown of this short report in my Discord server, which I just recently made private. In my opinion, complete bullshit. These guys have a horrible reputation, and they were digging into the CEO's past of previous companies that haven't worked out. And they were saying how Tempest AI's revenue is very minimally driven by AI. And in my short report breakdown, I go through all of these claims. I debunk all of them. I'm not going to sit here and say Tempest AI's revenue is majority AI applications. It's not. I've covered this many times in the past. You have their data and services business, you have their genomics testing business, and their AI applications business, which the market does not understand yet. Tempest AI's core business is the cash generating machine. The genomic testing, the data and services, these are giving Tempest AI all this cash, all this data to advance their AI algorithms and AI applications. But like I said, in my Discord server, I have a long-term valuation model and deep dive available to the members. I'm still extremely bullish on Tempest AI. The company's doing great. All the financials are trending in the right direction, and I'm very excited for the rest of this year and 2026. I think we're going to see continued growth in their AI application side of the business, as well as their core business, the genomics testing and data licensing, continue to do very well. I would not be surprised to see more foundation models announced. You had them announce one with Pathos AI and AstraZeneca, which should be completed over the next few months. So I'm very excited to see how that comes out. One thing to mention is that the CEO, Eric Lefkofsky, on Twitter has been on like a posting spree. Every day I feel like he's been making a post on Tempest AI, going over one of their products or one of their new features. So I've been following Eric for a minute now, and I've never seen him be so consistent with promoting Tempest AI, his company, on Twitter. So it could be a nothing burger. It's just something that I've noticed that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. He could be getting excited about the business. Maybe there's something new coming up, but it is good to see the CEO of your company focused on building that company, promoting it, showing off its products, and being proud of it. I have some options that I rolled out today for next Friday. Got some good premiums for that. I unfortunately, because I'm a dumbass, had some $30 strike price covered calls on Rocket Lab, and instead of rolling them out, because it was at $29 today, I'm oh, screw it, I'll let it expire. And of course, Rocket Lab closes above, I think like $30 at $30.10. It's not even above $30 now. And it's fine. I'm not missing out on gains. It's not like it's just have an insane run and it's at $35 a share. I'm missing out on all these gains. No, it's not the case. It's just a little frustrating. But that's completely my fault. I should have rolled them out. So next week, I'm either just going to buy my shares back. I'll be able to get the shares back at $30 or maybe even a little less. So I'll actually end up making money. Like I said, it's just annoying, kind of a headache. Or I can write some cash secured puts next week. I'm flexible and collect premiums while doing that. So I will decide what to do with that. Now, 2 stocks in my portfolio that are trading at pretty aggressive multiples. Like I said, we're in a pretty pricey market right now. So I do encourage you guys to stay level-headed and don't chase. These 2 stocks that are trading at expensive multiples in my portfolio is Tesla and Rocket Lab. Tesla's always been expensive. Rocket Lab, I think, is a little overextended at the $30 range. But when you consider the catalyst that you have going on, for example, with Tesla, you have them launching the early robotaxi service right now in Austin, Texas. So that's very exciting. I expect them to scale this robotaxi network rapidly. Right now, it's still geofence. I believe they still have safety drivers in the front seat. And you have a lot of Waymo and Google enthusiasts bashing Tesla for this. But I think it will be very, very clear over the next 6 to 12 months Tesla's advantage with the absence of LiDAR, how much more scalable and cost-effective Tesla's approach is going to be. I think Tesla's going to dominate, and we will see over the next coming months how this robotaxi network scales. Also want to keep seeing more and more progress from Optimus. You did have Elon Musk on Twitter say he is pedal to the metal on humanoid robotics. You did have that whole hot mess between Elon Musk and Donald Trump on Twitter not too long ago. I covered that in the last video, just insane. But hopefully, I've said this many times, hopefully we see Elon Musk focus on Tesla. There's so much exciting catalyst for Tesla for the rest of the year and going into next year. And I do think Tesla deserves a hefty multiple for that. And for Rocket Lab, around the $30 mark, I don't think it's crazy expensive, especially when you consider just the business model, how they're building this vertically integrated end-to-end space company. Not to mention the Neutron rocket coming in the second half of this year. That will be a huge new driver of revenue and competing with SpaceX more directly. So that's why I am set on getting my 200 shares back that are getting called away next week, because I have to own this company, and I think it will be a giant in the future. I also just published the Rocket Lab deep dive and long-term valuation model in my Discord. As for Robinhood and HIMS, these are kind of neck and neck with being second place in my portfolio right now. I don't think these stocks are overvalued. These are phenomenal businesses. I'd argue HIMS is still pretty cheap or undervalued in my opinion. Approaching fair value, but still undervalued. Robinhood, man, the numbers are great. This company is amazing, and I think the market is starting to realize that. When we're coming up on the $80 mark, I'm not selling. This company is proving itself to be a unicorn, and I could see it being a financial giant in the future. You recently had them announce something to do with mortgage rates to their gold members. If you go on X and look it up, you will see some news about it. I'm not 100% sure on the implications of it or if it's even that big of a deal yet. I just saw it today on X, so I'll have to do more research. But I'm very, very proud to be a shareholder of this company. Vlad and the team are doing an amazing job, and the execution is ruthless. And you did have Hims and Hers Health announce their new product on Wednesday. It was a gummy form of hair health, hair growth for women. They hyped the hell out of this product, and I don't want to say it was underwhelming, but I mean, kind of in my opinion. I do think the broader implications of it is more exciting. How many more treatments they can fit in this gummy form. Hims is also producing it in-house. Margins are going to be higher. Their marketing is incredible. Also, when a medicine is prescribed with a gummy, I think it's going to feel more like a supplement and wellness versus a prescription pill. So I think it's going to be beneficial for users. And I'm very excited to see on their next earnings report what they have to say about this new product and kind of their vision for the Hers brand, because I truly believe the Hers brand can be bigger than the Hims brand with the proper execution. As you know, Andrew and the team are doing an amazing job. You have them going into international expansion with the new Zava acquisition, which gives them access to a lot of countries in Europe. Also adding, I think, around 1.3 million subscribers. We don't know the amount they paid for this company yet, but I doubt they drastically overpaid. Hims and Hers, I do not think the stock is expensive here whatsoever. I'm holding my shares, selling covered calls for premiums. Extremely, extremely bullish on this company. And that's really all I have to say this video, guys. This past month has been amazing. The recovery from the April lows was outstanding and much, much faster than I anticipated. That's why I'm a little cautious right now. I haven't really been buying much. I've actually been stacking cash, because a lot of these stocks are kind of fair valued. I don't see many deals anymore. I really believe that the Fed is behind on cutting rates. We need to see rates lower. All the metrics are pointing towards rate cuts, but we're still not getting them. However, the market seems to not care for now and keeps rallying. So we'll see how everything pans out. Thank you guys for watching and taking the time out of your day to watch my video. There is a link to the Discord in the description below. Don't feel obliged to join, but if you do want to access my long-term valuation models and deep dives for my companies, as well as the Tempest AI short report breakdown, and I just recently published an article about my investing philosophy, explaining my thought process when picking stocks. That's available as well. So as always, be safe out there, guys, and take care of yourself.